Hello and welcome everybody back to the Coaches Lounge with yours truly, Barbara J. Beckley. I am your host and the person that is bringing people that work in the trenches with other people, that help people, that uplift them, that tells a person you can do it, keep moving, keep going. Those are our coaches that we have in our lives. Those are our mentors. Those are the advisors that we come to. Those are just leaders in a sense of making sure that your light, as I always tell people, you have a light in you and it needs to be lit for so many others. You're a lighthouse of the world. But sometimes you need that help, you need that push, you need a reminder to tell you that so you can be out there. And that's where the coaches come in at. This is the Coaches Lounge. So with that, I was noticing they weren't getting that much love. They're doing all this stuff in the background, but I'm like, okay, like I say, where the love? Where the love? Well, I wanted to bring the love. So I created this platform for them so they can come. You can meet these coaches. You can hear their stories, behind the scenes stories of how they got to where they are. Because everybody, we just didn't pop up one day and say, oh, we're a coach of this or we're a coach of health or whatever. No, there was something that moved us or something that shook us in our lives. You know those backstories that you hear from people that they said, you know what? I was in this predicament, whatever it was, and I want to make sure no one else goes through it. Or if they are going through something, no matter what situation you're in, that there's hope. And these coaches give you that. So with that, we have amazing, this lady, I'm telling you, I feel like she's just been my sister for years. And you know how you have that feeling when you just first meet people and all of a sudden there's just this spark and you're like, okay, and I'm going to say what it is. It's God. A lot of people are like, oh, this is spark from the universe stuff. Yeah. No, it's God. We're going to make it simple. Miriam S Stevens, CEO and founder of the Thankful Revolution Legacy Group, LLC, and brand Paramedics and soul song Conductor. Just alone, those three words describes this wonderful, amazing queen. As you know, I call the women queen. She sent me, and I'm going to bring her on because I know you're going to be like, oh my God, thank you, Barbara, so much for us meeting her. But she sent me a song just like a few hours before we were going to do this interview. And I'm telling you, it made me melt. And see, I always tell people, whoever you believe in, but I believe in God, Jesus, he always sends the angels and he sends certain things in your life just in time. And when she sent this song today, because she's a soul song conductor, and I see why, that song touched me, not just here, but it went straight to my heart. And I was telling myself, I was like, wow, Lord, you love me so much. And you use so many people in this world. And you knew I need to hear that song. So right there is telling me I can't wait. And then when I found out I was interviewing her tonight, I'm like, oh, this is going to be, this is going to be good. So I got the little child in me got all crazy. Like, oh, I get to talk to her. So I just want you to make sure that you get your pen and paper out and you take some notes. Yes, I'm telling you what to do. Somebody told me, don't tell people what to do. Probably should suggest it. No, I'm telling you on this one, please get a piece of paper and a pen. You're going to want to hear about this queen and what she does for people because she is a mastermind of a lighthouse to the world. And we will be right back. I love the magic of internet because it brings the queens.
I love it.
Yes, lady. Oh my God.
Yes.
You know, I'm telling you, well, before we even start with our conversation, because this is going to be a conversation, everybody. It's not like the normal question and answer thing. I mean, we'll ask questions, but we're going to get to know this wonderful queen. And I already got to know her behind the virtual green room, as I call it. First of all, you, if no one didn't tell you this today, you are incredible. If nobody didn't tell you this today, you are incredible, queen. I love your energy. I love your presence. I love what you do for people. I love you being that light that God has put in you. So I just want to put that out there first before we even start.
Wow. Thank you. And I say the same to you because I looked at your interviews and girl, I was like, is she like a sister from another mother? What the world? What happened, God? Are we twins? Did we get disconnected at birth? How this happened?
Well, I'm glad we got reconnected.
Right?
Yes.
I love that.
I knew
I
I was
love
missing
that.
something.
Right?
Oh my
For
God.
such
Yeah.
a time as this, we needed to talk today, girl.
We really
We
did.
needed
We
to
really
talk.
did. Whew. So lady, I just want to start by, because I always say so powerful people stories with you, behind the scenes where, you came to a point of what you're doing right now for people. I always tell people we have all the titles, but the biggest title is just being a helper to others, just being a minister to others. And that's what I look at us as ministers of the world. So, but in your era, in your expertise, see, you got an expertise that God gave you. So can you just give us a little bit of background and let us know about you?
Okay, so October 2008,
Ooh.
I was in my room. My son was away to my alma mater. Go Pirates, Hampton University. Yes, shameless plug. There's a fight with our family. Mama and Daddy went to Howard. Me and my brother went to Hampton, and then my sisters, the Renegades, went to William and Mary. What the
Oh
world?
wow,
What
good
happened to the
school.
HBCUs? I mean, come on. But anyway,
Yes.
so my son went to Hampton University, and if you take these glasses off, I'm severely nearsighted. Well, in the morning, as I woke up, the glasses was off. The TV was on, looking at me. I felt something strange,
Mm.
and I was like, "What is going on?" So then I put my glasses on, and you could see right through in the apartment I was at to the other side, and there was a figure. I had to adjust my eyes. There was a figure in my home. It wasn't my son. An unknown assailant masked up was in my house. So my self thought, okay, if I could just get to my door and run, I can get out. That did not happen.
Oh
I
wow.
got tackled to the floor, glasses went to flying, assault began. And I
Wow.
was like, okay, maybe if I could scream, my neighbors will hear me and he'll stop.
Yeah.
Epic fail. He started choking, and the surrealness, what went through my mind, Barbara?
Mm.
Lord, I guess this is what it means to die. And then
Mm.
I had no more breath in my body. And I don't know how long I was out. Thank
Mm.
God I didn't see no demon hell, nor, I would have appreciated going to see the heaven gates, but I didn't see that either. But I was out for a while. And when I came up and he was still on me, attacking me, I had to pivot real
Mm.
quick. And I have a background in customer service, in management, supervisor. So my teams, I would teach people how to build rapport with your customers. So crazy things happen to you, you think crazy. And I
Mm.
thought, let me build rapport with this person. I don't know what I was saying, Barbara, at the time, but all I can remember saying, you're a good person. You don't need to do this. Why are you doing this? I figured if I could keep talking, he would
Mm.
not go back to choke me and finish the job for real. And that's what I did. I had to pivot. I had to have one conversation,
Yes.
crucial strategic conversation, to change the trajectory of my life right then. It
Mm.
was life or death. And it did. So,
Mm.
that happened. I got out of that. But then time passes and I become like a zombie. I lost my lucrative job. I
Mm.
lost my favorite car. No
Mm.
more income.
Yes.
Eviction notice. We about to be
Mm.
homeless. Hyperspeed up to 2010. And I'm in my room, the same place of the attack.
Oh.
And my son came back for school then. And I was like, look, can you pray for me? Because obviously at that point, Barbara, I had nothing in me. I couldn't pray for myself. I had nothing in me. I just did not want to be tethered to this earth no more.
Mm.
And so he did. But what happened, I was hungry. I
Mm.
hadn't really been eating, but I was hungry for a little old cup of soup.
Okay.
Nothing special. You just pour the water in, the ramen noodles puff up, and there you got, the dried carrots and peas. That's all I had a hunger for. So he went to the corner store. We found scrounges at the bottom of my purse and underneath the couch and in between the seat cushions. We found some change enough to get that cup of soup, and he did. And he brought it to me. It was steaming. I was holding it in my hands. It was steaming up in my face. And I was like, look, can you just pray for me? So he did. He began to pray. And he said, Lord,
Mm.
the fervent prayer of the righteous availeth much, Barbara.
Mm.
Lord, please help my mama. Before he could even finish that statement, I
Mm.
screamed, Lord, thank you for this cup of soup. Girl, what the world? My son looking down at me. I'm looking up at him, holding this little hot cup of soup, thanking God for a cup of soup. Not thank you for my life, but thank you for a cup of soup. For real?
Wow.
And we looked at each other, and then all depression, all residual of death broke. Truly, that scripture, you being a woman of faith, know the joy of the Lord is your strength.
That's
That
right.
happened. It sifted through the atmosphere of gloom and doom and everything else. And girl, we laughed so hard. If you've ever seen a meme on the internet, people are laughing so hard they crying, and you can't even hear laughter come out their mouth. We were hitting each other like I'm hitting you, you rolling and rocking that way, and like that. Yep, we up there doing that. No sound coming out. We just
Mm.
laughing. And then after I got through the fit of laughter with this cup of soup and prayer, the father
Mm.
told me, look, okay, daughter, I get it. I know you feeling some kind of way. That's how God
Mm-hmm.
talked to me. I talked to him as plain.
Yeah, me
And
too.
but look, I didn't ever leave you, nor did I forsake you. I'm still with you. I got you. I got your back. What I
Mm.
need you to do is start not looking at your circumstance and just look to me and give me thanks. Just thank
Mm.
me regardless. And thus the thankful revolution was born. Hence, God got a sense of humor because the next week we were evicted. All my belongings out on the street, all my precious stuff
Wow.
gone. I'm sleeping on a couch. Thank God for the ram of the bush, for a friend's couch for me and my son. But that's how that happened. In 2010, the
Mm.
thankful revolution was born. And now life happens, right? Life shifts happen.
Mm-hmm.
You live life, you go through stuff. We have a certain age where we've experienced quite a bit of ups and downs, ebbs and flows.
Yep.
So over a year ago, I was at this corporate job rebuilding from all of that, right?
Mm.
And I thought I had made it. And then they let me go again. I'm like,
Wow.
right before my birthday, Barbara. I had never taken a birthday, hardly taken any PTO. So I had all this PTO built up. Thank God for that, because that was my checks I needed in the interim.
Mm-hmm.
And let me go right in May. And so my son's godmom, who is a minister, one
Mm-hmm.
day at church prayed over me and said, you ain't never going back to work, right?
Mm.
Going back to corporate life. And I said, I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Jesus. I'm up here talking to her like, no, my sister, I love your life, but I ain't having that. We laughed the other day because I was talking. I said, you remember you told me that word? I ain't been back yet. And, God has made a way though.
Made a way.
He's made a way. So here I is.
So you
I'm here
is
to help people bounce back, to know
bounced.
that you can make it from your trauma, from your trials, from your tribulation, from whatever. When life shift happens, what do? You pivot. You
Yeah.
pivot to become unleashed into your your passion, your
Mm-hmm.
purpose, and your platform. Because why? Your tribe is waiting for you.
You talking my language, Queen. You talking my language. Ooh, I feel like shouting and
Go
dancing.
ahead, girl. Do.
don't, don't do
All
that.
right.
Don't,
Oh, we on camera. I can't act a fool. I'm sorry. You got the
don't
wrong one
do
up there
that.
today.
See you.
I apologize in advance, audience. I just apologize in advance. I ain't got no sense.
Because I was like, I could hear the music going. But Queen,
Soul sound conductor in the house.
that's it already. So you're already doing your thing already. It didn't even. But Queen, I wanted to go back a little bit with your story. First of all, so much power. Look how even in the midst of you getting, like you said, and thank God that God was right there with you, even through the attack, that he still, see, that's why I tell people you get the wisdom and the knowledge, and you switched your thought so quickly in that midst of the attack. So
Yeah.
I was just thinking when you said that, I was like, that's powerful, because a lot of people probably, I'm just saying, people would have just said, you know what, this is it. I mean, it's like you said, but you was like, how do I, even with this, what's going on in my life right this second, what's right? How do I switch this? What do I say? What words can I say to get, and you were even thinking about the other person. That's the thing too, because a lot of people would have been said, probably told you, he's attacking you. Why are you thinking about, talking, trying to talk or whatever? And you, that was a strategic move. That was a very strategic move. Yeah.
I mean, it's a soul to soul. The bottom line is, yeah, he did his thing to me. He sexually assaulted me and attacked me. There's some things nobody should ever go through. He's
Mm.
a soul too, though.
Mm.
The bottom line is I'm not going to go into no political agendas or whatever. Whoever your adversary is, they're still a soul. They still have a
Mm.
mind, will, and emotion. God
Mm.
created us. We've been in adversarial relationship with God since the beginning of our birth. And God still loves us with agape.
Mm.
That type of situation right there, that
Mm.
goes beyond me. How in the
Mm.
world do I love unconditionally? Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
To get to that level, God?
Yes.
And no, I'm not saying it was great. I mean, I was scared.
I know
And I
you.
don't know what I don't know what I said. But I figured if I kept talking, Barbara, that's the thing. And as I'm talking now, if I keep talking, he's not gonna choke me.
Mm-hmm.
That was all I figured. If I could just talk, negotiate my life, he
Mm-hmm.
will leave and I can get out of there and somehow get to safety. And my safety was I couldn't find my glasses because they flew, and I told you I'm severely nearsighted, but my keys were close to me. If I could just get
Mm.
my keys and run to my car, I could talk him out of my house, away from me, and I could get to my car and feel safe. And that's what happened.
Wow. Mm-mm. All because of, see, this goes back to what God created for you is the strategic pivot conversation that you had. You had a pivot even in that moment in time, even in that. Ooh, that's what just blows me away. It blows me away how, that just tells me in any situation you can use what God has given you, the power of the strategic conversation, because look at what you dealt with, and you still at that point in time saying, okay, there's a decision that needs to be made here, and like you said, you weren't feeling it, but you knew you had to do something because you were in survival mode. Yeah.
Yeah. And screaming wasn't working. That
What
was an
was.
epic fail. As soon as I screamed, and then when the police came and people came and my neighbors, they told me they heard me scream. But when you live in an apartment, you hear people scream, you suddenly ignoring them. They probably thought I was trying to get busy, Barbara, but I was trying to get help. I was like screaming for my life, and then to me, God is so hilarious. In that same place, before He moved us and evicted us out, I screamed again. The same type of gutter or roar that was in me to try to get help, I screamed again and thank God for a cup of soup. So instead of screaming to save my life, I'm screaming for Him to give me life again.
Mm.
He
Ooh,
did
that's ooh.
in the same place that I got attacked.
Wow.
Full circle moment.
Full circle moment. And now, Queen, that's a lot to unpack right there. But I gotta take a pause because I'm still getting in my head about how you strategically did all that and going through what you went through. So that just shows you that the strength that we have, we both are women of faith, that God gives us the strength no matter what. And I remember what you said, what God told you, seek me. Don't look at your situation. Just keep looking at me. So I always tell people, Queen, that you need to have an anchor in your life. If your anchor is God, Jesus, that's your anchor. If your anchor is meditation, some people, that's their anchor. If your anchor is saying, I love myself, I believe in myself, that's your anchor. But you find that because you hold on to that, because in the situations that you go through, depending on what it is, that's where you have your anchor to say, I need you, right? I need that strength. Because right now I don't feel it, or I don't have it right now. I don't feel like I have it.
Yeah.
Because it's not about, what you have, it's about where your anchor is giving it to you. So I love that God is your anchor, and he basically told you, just look at me. And like you said, God is funny. He is. I tell people, I said, well, he made me, so I know he has a humor. He has a
Yep.
humor.
Like, Lord, really? That's what we doing? That's how this is rolling? I mean, I have these conversations all the time. We had a conversation before we got on here. And I'm like, Lord, really? That's what's happening? Because, stuff was happening behind the scenes, folks, to try to prevent us from talking.
Yes.
But no,
No, no.
no. This word prevails because it's his
Now,
word.
now I want to make sure we get into some of your, tips and things that you do when you coach.
Sure.
But one thing I wanted to mention is that with your situation, going back to what God told you, like you say, you got all this from God. Everything that you do, everything you teach, everything you coach is from him through you. So he's using you mightily as a
Hmm.
vessel. But the thing that I was thinking of when you said the story about a week later, basically you're getting evicted. And I was just thinking about what God just told you. Don't look at the situation around you, look at him. And that's why I was thinking about the sense of humor with God. He's like, okay, I won't tell you, but then I had to show you too, so you can practice.
Right? I was like, okay, how many tests do I got to go through? Really? I mean, I thought I passed with an A. Now I got to get an A plus for real? Oh, Lord Jesus.
Somebody told me a while ago, minister I was talking to, they said, I said, I thought I passed this till I thought I got at least an A, not minus or something like that. He said, never give yourself an A, Barbara. So why? He said, because we're forever growing. So you're always gonna be reaching for that A.
Right?
I said, okay, well, if you say it like that, I'm forever growing, no A's. He said, until you get to heaven, then you got the A.
Okay. All right.
I said, okay. He
Okay.
was, because I'm like you. I was like, okay, did I? I thought I passed this test. I thought I was looking towards you. What happened? He said, you turned your head for a minute. That's what God told me. I said, oh. I
Oh.
did. I went like this.
Oh, okay.
I was
All
like,
right. I own that. Okay, I got it. All
I was
right.
like, I put my hands. I was like, oh, you're right. But yeah, Queen. So I want you to kind of talk a little bit about, like, if somebody comes to you in certain situations, how you coach people. What is like the normal process that you do?
Well, first thing we would do, we would pray. They may not subscribe to my faith, but if they agree, we would have a word of prayer because God is setting the stage. He's my backbone. And then I would listen. In customer service, yeah, we can talk, but the way that you do it, you probe, you listen, you take notes, you hear the heart of the matter of a person. And what God did for me, because I use this frameworks, CPR plus now and pivot to become unleashed, and 5 to thrive. So I got really cute little catchy names and all that. But all of that is just surrounded among the story that the person has in their heart. So I uncover that. I love stories and I'm a writer. So I would say, okay, Barbara, here you are. You're on this Diamond Factor network. I love that, first of all, Diamond Factor. What does
Yes,
that mean to you? Why did you call it Diamond Factor Network? What is that? Tell me a little bit about it.
well, when I'm like you, way back when, no, when I was younger, I was bullied heavily.
Hmm.
And the only person that really was thinking about me and giving me those, words of encouragement was a teacher, because all the children would just talk about me. That I was stupid, I was ugly, I was fat. Why are you in school? You can't learn nothing. Because I was quiet, so they thought I was, since I was so quiet, I wasn't doing anything. So the teacher came to me. She said, Barbara, you're just a diamond in the rough. She said, but when you getting molded right now, and you're getting, all that stuff is happening. She said, but you're gonna become this beautiful diamond when you get older, and you're gonna have facets all over where you're gonna shine for others, so they know that they need to shine too. And that's where the whole diamond. And my father used to tell me that too. So they both said it, didn't even know they were saying it, but they both said it in different aspects of it. And when he passed away, In fact, he was. I always say he was taken, but now that I'm older, I understand. God, there's always a reason why people leave. But he was taken away. He was murdered. And the last thing I always think about is he told me I was a diamond in the rough, and he said you're going to shine, in this world, Barbara, where people are going to come to your light so they can understand they can be a light in this world as well, and they understand that they're important and their voice and their meaning and what they do counts. Yeah.
Isn't that the truth? And
Mm.
here you were. I thank God for the teachers. My mama was an elementary music teacher. I
Yeah.
thank God for the fathers who
Yeah.
speak into our lives and
Yes.
who have enough foresight to encourage us, even when we don't see it. And
Yeah.
look at you. Here you are, truly a lighthouse. You bring people like myself and others to the forefront so
Yeah.
that shine can happen. Good news can happen because I have media training and went and got some degrees in that. And what sells, bad news. But what really is needed, elevation of good news. And here you are bringing good news messages to the forefront. So I
Yes.
applaud you for that. So for you to continue on as the diamond that you are, Queen,
Mm.
what is one thing that is hitting you this day and age that you want to take into 2026? Because my motto for 2026 is fix it.
Mm.
Fix it in 2026. And
Mm.
I'll be laughing. I'm like, whatever it is, we're
Yes.
going to fix it.
I
So,
don't.
what is it you want to fix in 2026 as you move forward?
Ooh, that's good. I kind of like what you just said about what you're doing. Um, what I want to do is just listen to the silent voice inside of me. I mean, that's God, and really listen to it and follow it all the way through. That's what
Okay.
I want to make sure I'm doing, because I know why there's certain things that's going on, because I listen to half of it and then all of a sudden Barbara wants to come in, and or like you said, you see things around you and you're like, ugh. So what I want to do in 2026 is just listen to that still small voice all the time, because it's not going to tell you wrong. Yeah.
Okay. And
Mm.
so, part of my methodology is called the pivot.
Okay.
Okay. Let me break it down. God speaks to me in acronyms. And how are we going to get you to listening? We're going to pivot. We're going to pivot into your passion, your purpose, and your platform in 2026 so you can fix it. So you can fix your hearing. Get the
I'll take
hearing aid that you need, right? So
yeah.
what we're going to do, we're going to pause. We're going to breathe. We're going to take a pause for your cause.
Oh.
Pause before you do something that you habitually have done before. We're just going to pause, be still, and know that I'm God. As the deer panted towards the water, they gotta be still to suck up all the water. And there's a replenishing, a washing that's occurring.
Mm.
Then you're gonna go ahead and get into the I, which is identify. You're
Mm.
gonna get to the truth of the matter. Because as people who are emotional, our souls can get out of whack. Our mind, will, and emotions, we can go all over the place. But really, when you get down to it, the brass tacks of it all, you got
Mhm.
to identify what is the truth of the matter. Okay,
Mhm.
currently I'm in this situation. Currently I do this. I have this Diamond Factor Network, and
Mhm.
currently I have these guests lined up, and currently I have a goal, I have a dream, I have a heart to do this and bring this forth. Where am I going? Where's the connection? What do I
Mhm.
need? What's the truth in the matter? What else do I need to bring to the table to
Mhm.
really connect the dots? Then you're going to visualize it. When you get the resources in your mind, or you write them out, because I like to write them out. I'm a writer. I'm in a
Mhm.
Habakkuk. Write it out, make it plain, so they that read it, me that read it, I can run with it. I can see it, visualize it, and get to the intention of the matter. I can
Yeah.
I can see me listening in 2026 with it
Mhm.
fixed. I can
Mhm.
see me hearing the voices of
Mhm.
the unheard. Though my part of my theme is be seen, be heard, be known. I can
Mhm.
see and hear those people who haven't ever been brought to the table, the unique,
Mhm.
the peculiar, the strategic,
Yes.
those insightful ones, impactful influencers. I see that. That's me talking to them. I see them on my stage and me on their stage.
Mhm.
And then you can get to the O. When the opportunities come, because they will, and they won't be like you think you're
Mhm.
going to be, they're going to be
Mhm.
like you. riding on a donkey and you're a stubborn person sometimes, and that donkey is not moving, and you hitting and beating the donkey look at you like, what the world? Barbara, why you hitting me? I'm trying to prevent you from going down that path that's going to destroy your butt. I will kick you off of me because you keep beating me, and I will kick you until you get it. That sometimes you got to sit and
Mm,
stand where you are to see the future.
mm,
And the future is that's not the path, but right here to the left, just slightly do a degree turn. That's where I want you to go. And that looks like rough terrain, but it's where I'm sending you, the
mm,
rough terrain.
mm,
And you'll be able to navigate through all of the landmines because what? You have ears to hear what the
mm,
Spirit of the Lord is saying to you.
mm.
You want to be able to hear, you best believe you will be in landmines to be able to hear so
Yeah.
that you won't step and get blown up. And then you will finally get to your T, your sweet spot. You will be able to get to turning into the trajectory of your new life. You'll be on a path. You will look back in 20, almost in the 2027 coming down the pike, and you be like, I did that. God, you and me got through. We
Mm,
navigated these rough spots. Wow, I had so and so up here. Nobody has
mhm,
heard a unique story like that before. You helped me find them. You brought them there, and I was open. I received the
mm,
opportunities. And now you have turned at the
mm,
trajectory into a new life. So
mm.
I'm a firm believer, Barbara, you mentioned it. One powerful conversation, one strategic conversation can change the trajectory of your life. And sometimes it is a life and death matter for that conversation to be had.
And then, ooh, I can't believe. See, I knew this was going to happen. That time was going to be going down, and I'm like, no, I don't want the time to go. I want
We'll
to
do a
keep
part
talking.
two then.
I want part two. We even said that too, didn't we?
Yep. Because
So,
we got to
oh
get
my,
into the music of life.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We didn't even get into that part, and I want to talk more about the brand. I love how you say brand paramedics. So, oh, okay. So this is what
Yeah.
I'm going to do. This is what we're going to do. We're going to have part two, but I'm going to take myself
Okay.
down, and please leave some any lasting thoughts, and then we'll make sure we, get you back on the show. But I'll be right back.
Okay. So, beloved, thank you, first of all, Barbara, for having me. But the brand paramedic, that was birthed out of my pain. And your brand is you, it's your witness, is who you present. And I'm the paramedic because it had to happen for me in my own life. God had to perform CPR in my own life so that I wouldn't continue to walk as a zombie and not be tethered to this earth. And you can have that same type of life resuscitation. You can get into your purpose. Your dream does not have to be dusty or deferred. You matter. Your voice matters. And that's what I'm here for. And I'm so glad that Barbara's given me the opportunity to just speak life into you. And if you're interested in learning more about me, we'll have the information up in here. But there's also, just as a tidbit, a teaser, there's a soul song in you. And for me, music kept me getting through the rough spots. And so that's why also known as the soul song conductor. I will create a personalized message based on your heartbeat. What is your melody to get you through your life journey?
Woo, I could have kept you up there for another 5, 10 minutes. I'm trying to put so they can reach to you, Queen. Let's see. So I know I have your
Okay,
email here, but if there's any other way that you want them, like if you have a website,
sure.
you can
I
do
do
that.
have a website. Basically, my whole thing is the Thankful Revolution Legacy Group.com. The Thankful Revolution Legacy Group.com. That's the website. The email is information at the Thankful Revolution Legacy Group LLC.com. Yeah, it's long. And you can reach me on major platforms. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram, and I do have a TikTok. Y'all young folks or people that know TikTok, y'all reach out and help a sister out, please, so I can get better with it. I tried Snapchat, but I had to get snapped up out of that because I did not know what I was doing. But if there's somebody out there that can help a sister, I want to be able to snap into it as well. But yes, Facebook, I have a Facebook group, same thing, Thankful Revolution. Um, Instagram, LinkedIn, MissStevensPR.com, Instagram, Thankful Revolution. And okay, let's connect. I'm so excited to hear your story because it matters. If anything I impress upon you right now,
Mm,
please don't let life beat your voice into a muted silence.
mm,
Please. That's if anything I could say. I know all jokes aside, life happens. And sometimes it wants to beat us into a muted silence. But you are valuable. You're listening here today. Just know you are valuable. You're needed. You're necessary. I need you. Barbara needs you. The world needs you. So let's chat. Let's have a conversation. And let's get you heard.
you're speaking my language, the Queen. That's why you're on this show. And thank you so much again. Oh, thank you so much for coming on the Coaches Lounge. I have to put a quick shout out to Luana. She's always
Yes.
bringing guests to me, and you are just one of so many others. But I'm telling you, whew, I'm telling you, even before we started this interview, this lady right here, I'm telling you, you got to reach out to her. That's why I told you to have your pen and paper out, because now I got to relook at this interview, Queen, and write down all of the tips that, because you coached me. So now I got to get all the goodies.
Amen. And yes, that is LaWanna Bradford of E360 TV. I know it's competing, but we're not in any competition. That lady is powerful.
Yeah.
Y'all go ahead. You want to connect to another queen, a queen that Barbara has ride or died with for a long time.
Yes.
That's another one. We are here to help.
Well,
That's all
yeah.
we want to do. We just want to
That's
help.
it. That's it. And that's what it's all about. Like I said, queens, we lift up each other. Queens lift up queens. And that's it. That's it. There's nothing else to say about that. So again, everybody, please, please, please reach out to this queen. She is a heart of gold, sweet presence, and just loves God. And God is love. She's love. So that's how that works. With that needs it. I always tell people, if you don't know, if you don't need it, then you know somebody else. Just pass along the information, because we're here to help you grow, support, just to get you to that next level. With that said, we will see you, everybody, at the next Coaches Lounge. Take care.
Yes.
And I always say, shine that light, because you are a lighthouse to the
Oh,
world.